Hey, so I had an original recording of this talking about the hygiene that I experienced between pre and post COVID, and the video didn't record. So the entire time I was talking to a void and downstairs, the downstairs of work of home understood my gripes about hygiene. So, hi, this is a great cold open to today's podcast. But how are you doing today? If you're listening to this while you're doing an activity, nice. But hygiene's been a really huge problem lately. So I have a bunch of documents in front of me. Majority it's because over the course of COVID, I had a lot of experience listening and watching podcast style information. So I've noticed there's a lot of subjects that they talk on. So I think, hey, why don't I mention my 2 bits? And I've been thinking about this for quite a bit. So I figured, why not just take time to record and talk about a few podcast things. Hygiene is a problem. Hygiene is something that I've noticed in a while, and it's been a whole thing. It came up because I work in a medical field environment. From my car, I walk to the freight elevator. I walk to the courier's entrance. I get in. I get into the elevator. Elevator. I say elevator, but I said escalator before. We don't have escalators in hospitals. So I go into the escalator. I go up my floor. I clock in. I grab a new mask, and then I start my day. When I go to the bathroom post-COVID, I go to the bathroom. I wash my hands, do business, wash my hands. I have to pre and post wash my hand. I have to wash my hands pre and post my business. And it's been funny to where I had to pick up a new routine on top of it, because I even have to brush my teeth. I've been needing to brush my teeth more now than the regular person should, because my partner and a few of my family members have a noticeably allergic reaction to nuts and peanuts in general. So I enjoy taking the peanuts and nuts because they're rich in nutrients, but if I were to touch them after having some salty peanuts, whenever I get a nice cashew or a walnut, I don't like walnuts actually, but if I get almonds or something like that, the moment I touch them, it becomes an Avenger level threat to where they could have a good or a bad reaction because I did not wash my hands properly, or the saliva collects enough dust of peanuts, of almonds, to just cause them a reaction. And I don't want to go to a situation where we have to take it out, take the EpiPen, shank them in the thigh so that they can get their dose appropriately. So it's become an Avenger level threat to where if I have nuts and I don't prepare, that happens. That's a whole ordeal. But when I'm at work, I'm perplexed. I'm perplexed because it's funny, because I work in a medical field environment, and like I said in the cold open, I go from my car, I enter the building, I go upstairs in the elevator, and I just get a new mask. That's my routine, and I get a new mask when I leave, and that's been a routine since COVID started. Pre-COVID, it's an option to wear a mask, but it's also a situation where a lot of people doesn't normally wear masks anyways, but now that COVID does, everyone is mandated to wear a mask. It is a part of your uniform when you clock in for work. When you're not a patron, you have to wear a mask. You are an employee of an establishment that can't risk spreading COVID. It's not like a situation where you go to a Starbucks and you have the option to wear a mask. I've seen people wear masks very funnily. I've seen people have their mask where their nose is showing, or they're just covering their chin like a beard guard, and that's not what a mask is for. The mask is meant to cover nose, mouth, chin, the entire facial structure And it makes you sound like Bane, and makes you sound like every muffled situation. And it's a huge thing that you're supposed to be doing now, since it's COVID times. We're in a situation where this is considered post-COVID, and you're supposed to be more hygienic than you're supposed to. In theory, when you go to the bathroom, you're supposed to wash your hands, do your business, wash your hands, leave. But I've seen people in situations where they go into the bathroom, do their business, and then leave. And I have to give them the benefit of the doubt of just cleaning their hands. Like, there's a sanitizer at every 10 feet, 12 feet from each other. And I have to believe that once they get out of the bathroom, if they don't wash their hands, to sanitize before going into the workspace. And I'm very concerned because we change gloves more than we do our underwears, and yet we have to have the benefit of the doubt that people are washing their hands, that people are covering their mouths, and we have to believe that they are clean. You're going into a work environment to where you're dealing with biohazards like urine, blood, stools, the like, and I see people in the break room to where they just have their mask off like it's a situation where that you're in public, you're in a open space like the park or a restaurant, and you just have your mask off on your break. But the reality is you're in a space of medical practice. You need your mask on when you're not eating, drinking, when you're not sniffing the eucalyptus. I don't know. You just can't not have your mask on, because we're in a space to where it can be an Avenger level threat. If you have a med plate, it breaks. The mask is not on your face, so you could be exposed. We're in a space where anything can be an Avenger level threat. I can walk into a Macy's coughing, and I have to check myself because I am asymptomatic. That means I can't. When I caught COVID in 2021, I did not display symptoms. I didn't display symptoms of COVID. However, I was quarantined and I was benched like the poor baseball player that I was. I wanted to get back into the game, but they kicked me out of the ball game. And so if I walked into a Denny's and I was coughing and had COVID, I wouldn't have known. I'd be safe, but I would have been the Avenger level threat inside of that Denny's, and that's a problem to where I have to check myself now. And a lot of times it's hard to check other people because you can be one way of you can either be a Kevin or a Karen. And it's a situation where there's nothing wrong with Kevins, but there is a stigma to Karens to where you get actually'd. And I don't want to be actually'd for something that is already a common practice. You're supposed to keep your mask on when you're not drinking. You're supposed to keep your mask on when you're not eating. You're supposed to mask up at the workspace. If you're clocked into work, you're supposed to have your mask on. And if you're at a place of practice, at a place where you are clocking in as an employee, you're supposed to have your mask on. I was in a Kinzuki at a ramen shop with my dad, and I saw employees half and half wearing a mask, not wearing a mask, wearing a mask wrong, like it's a Civil War event in DC, to where you are unsure if the entire staff understands that you have to wear a mask when you're working. I was very happy that the people that I spoke to had a mask, but there's been other people who were employed who were clocked in that did not have a mask, or had a mask that covered their beard like a screen, and that's not how you're supposed to wear a mask. Cover the nose, cover the mouth, and you need to cover that. But again, people were divided with the workspace. People are divided at the mall to where, in theory, it's less enforced in the mall now to wear a mask. However, it was strictly enforced a year ago to wear a mask in public, and I still wear a mask in public to where I can't afford to get sick. I can't afford to spread whatever's on me. I can't afford to eat nuts and not brush my teeth, because nowadays my Avenger level threat is bringing in potential COVID because I didn't cover my mouth or wash my hands. It's a potential brainiac event if I don't brush my teeth after having and consuming almonds or cashews or peanuts, and that's a problem. Because my partner is allergic to nuts, if I was Ethan's if I was Crank Gameplay's partner, I am an Avenger level threat because he is severely allergic. There's people in my family that are slightly allergic, but I can't have my hands unwashed after grabbing a handful of chocolate-covered peanuts, because that will cause a problem. I have to check myself, and people don't very often check themselves. It's an issue. I would like if people had a better way and a better time of just checking themselves, and that's just not happening lately. So that's my routine. I have to go to the bathroom. During my breaks, I have to go wash my hands, brush my teeth, business, wash my hands, leave. That's my routine when I'm on a break, because I need to keep my mouth clean, because I don't know what comes out of me that can be a danger to people. I'm not saying that I'm having an epidemic in my mouth, but I can't control how much residue of peanuts is in my mouth, because if I had an almond and I kissed my partner with a cashew-filled mouth, that's a problem, and I can't do that. So I need to wash my hands as often as I do. I need to lotion up. I need to get my sanitizing squeeze, get a big squeeze or a little squeeze if I need to sanitize, and that's something that we have to do. But what do you think? What is your hygiene? How has your hygiene changed during COVID? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching or listening on Spotify or Anchor. I am on the internet. You can talk to me on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch when I'm streaming. You can talk to me on Facebook, social media. You can talk to me on social media, and I would love to get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching, and as always, my name's Tyler. I'm your friend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.